A shocking, unexpected discovery of a metal implant in an ancient Egyptian mummified body of 2,600 years ago. So obviously you can understand that this is major surgery. They had this metal implanted in, and it's a huge piece of metal, inside the central bones of the mummy's leg, the right leg. How did they have such, well, we know they've had skull surgeries, but this is something totally new. In 1971, the Rosicrucian Museum in California added to its findings a sealed ancient Egyptian coffin containing the well-preserved mummy of a prestigious Egyptian man. More than, in other words, he was elite affluent. More than 2 decades later, the team of scientists made a shocking discovery. Evidence of advanced surgery performed 2,600 years ago has been found in the mummy. Inside the left knee, I said right, but it's the left knee, was found a 9-inch metal, an orthopedic metal. It was a pin to hold the bone. It was placed in such an advanced method that for that time, that initially scientists could not distinguish whether it is an intervention of the modern age or ancient surgery. Usur Montu, a mummy of unknown origin. Usur Montu. When the museum received the ancient Egyptian coffin in the 1970s, no one knew about the mummy. Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. This is not the mummy sarcophagus. This is a profile of King Tut's statue. But let's go back to what they found out about this mummy. So when they received the Egyptian coffin in the 1970s, no one knew about the mummy. Additional research shortly afterwards proved that the mummy was not the original owner of the sarcophagus. It belonged to the priest Usur Montu, so he was an ancient Egyptian priest. For unknown reasons, many years later, the mummy was placed in the same coffin. The analysis of the embankment showed that the priest Usur Montu belonged to the upper Egyptian class and lived during the New Kingdom of Egypt that was between the 16th and 11th century BC. So, in other words, he's much older than 2,600 years. Now, that's around the time of the Exodus, actually. Now, the shocking revelation. In August 1995, Professor Griggs of the University of Utah, along with a team of experts who went through the 6 mummies housed in the museum, were surprised to discover the orthopedic pin. Machines were impossible to understand from the first moment if it was placed in the present era to hold the bone with the rest of the body. The mummy of the priest Usur Montu. To investigate the nature of the implant, a team of doctors and scientists led by Griggs carefully pierced the bone to place a special micro camera to examine the metal and its age. The team found traces of ancient organic resin, fat, and textiles that still hold the bone in place. Advanced scientific studies have shown that the operation took place 2,600 years ago, as the team leader stated. What surprised us most was that at that time, a way was found to build this implant with almost industrial principles. In other words, what we have today. Its end looks like a corkscrew. The other end has 3 flanges that prevent the implant from rotating inside the bone. So, was this done before death or after death? After the remarkable discovery, a reasonable question was whether the whole process took place while the priest was still alive. Published research by the university proved that the operation was performed shortly after his death and before his body was buried. The ancient Egyptians believed in a natural resurrection after death, in which the body was a vehicle for the soul in the afterlife, so they took care of the dead man in such a detail. So I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.